Right, Shalom, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, the Kodash, that belongs to the elders, the apostles of the millstone, and Shalom to my AHPARYAM, YAHAWAH, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this kind of captivity. This is Brother Kawakub coming at you with another lesson, flowing through the Spirit. All right, so well, let's talk about the draft. Topic just came to me. All right. Today I was unprepared, but the Lord, Saki, that's another thing. All right. Let me get this, because it applies in everything. All right. Luke chapter 12, Slakia. Luke chapter 12, verse 10. And whosoever shall speak a word against the Son of Man, it shall be forgiven him. But unto him that blasphemeth against the Holy Ghost, it shall not be forgiven. Verse 11. And when they bring you unto the synagogues and unto magistrates and powers, take ye no thought how or what ye shall answer, or what ye shall say, for the Holy Ghost shall teach you in the same hour what ye ought to say. All right, so that's basically, a life lesson. All right, I came here not thinking about what lesson I was going to do. I was more focused on just getting out here and attempting to do a lesson. But I didn't. One of the things, and that's a reoccurring issue for me. One of the things was I didn't think about, okay, what lesson am I going to do? All right. So through the Spirit, probably the Lord just put in a perfectly good and applicable lesson for me to do today. All right. So now, going into said lesson, all right, we're going to get that the military draft. All right. So basically, in America, there's a lot of different things that they're saying. I don't know what's confirmed, what's fully confirmed yet, because it's been it kind of seems like it's been changing within the week. So the first thing that I heard was that men only, ages 18 to 26, okay, have to register for the draft, and if they don't, it is considered a felony. All right. In addition to that, they said that as soon as you turn 18, basically what I heard was, as soon as you turn 18, you are automatically registered. As a man, you are automatically registered for the draft. All right. But now I'm hearing they're drafting both men and women. All right. Now even more so than just that, because that's not even the scary part. All right. There's more to it. And the last part is, there's been an influx, or it's not an influx, but a demand for hiring people to make weapons, all right? Because clearly they need weapons for war, all right? So as a result of that, they're hiring people, getting people, hey, we need you to start making these weapons and whatnot for war, getting ready for war. So they're already preemptively preparing for war, all right? Already preemptively preparing for war, and this is the Esau's plans that he's putting into fruition. Slightly technical difficulties. The masses of people might not be aware of what's going on in the true agenda, but one of the things that we do see is in fact that Esau is getting ready for war, okay? Especially with there's a bunch of different people that were saying stuff like, what's it called? Putin, I think Putin said that he considers America a threat. He considers America an enemy and whatnot. So they're already, starting to show their fangs towards one another. All right. So as a result of that, this is the start of, more and more signs. All right. But let me get this. Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Okay? So, basically, when all these things happen, when we hear about the draft, when we hear about, weapons, when we hear about the wars, all right? We hear about earthquakes and whatnot, the majority of people, the mass of people, the people that the Lord is not dealing with, they're going to be scared. The carnal people are going to be scared, all right? But the spiritual men, the men of the Lord, the women of the Lord, the people, Yahweh's chosen people, all right, we rejoice at these news, all right? We rejoice hearing that stuff. And for me personally, I've been talking about this type of stuff all the time. And then, I got someone telling me, someone I know telling me, did you hear? Everyone's gonna have to register for the draft. There's gonna be a war in December 3rd. Aren't you scared? I'm like, no. Like, I'm good. Like I'm literally good. Okay, because one way or another, honestly, I believe through the Spirit and power of YAHAWASHI that the Lord is going to make the elect men exempt. Okay, because the reality of it is that they might be prepping for Putin, China, whatever, North Korea, but their true targets, all right, the true target is the angels, YAHAWAH, all right. That's who they really are trying to go after, all right. That's who they're really preparing for, all right. So as a result of that, we again, as I once said before, we rejoice in seeing all the things that's going on, all right? It might seem like a bad thing, especially with the whole, what's it called, inflation and stuff like that. All that stuff, I've seen a bunch of videos with, these Edomites and whatnot, getting all choked up and saying, oh my God, we're supposed to do this, we're supposed to go to school, get a career, get a job, blah, blah, and we'll be able to live and whatnot. But then this happened, we can barely live, we have to get multiple jobs to support ourselves. And then we have people struggling. Also, I didn't even know this, but there are people there are couples that break up with each other, but they still have to live with each other because they can't afford to live by themselves. All right, that's the reality of which we're living. Okay, having to live with people, with someone you don't like, you hate, or you even hate. All right, because of necessity. This is just how terrible. This is just how terrible things have gotten. All right. Now, another thing I want to bring up bear with me one moment. Another thing I wanted to bring out was basically people. I believe I touched upon this before. Basically, people ignoring, truth. All right, let me get this precept. that want to ignore reality. All right. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 10, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. All right. People, a majority of people, they are very, backwards. Okay. People claim that they want honesty. People claim that they want, truth and stuff like that. But in actuality, okay, if you speak truth, if you try to let someone know, hey, you're going off or whatever, then they get mad at you. All right, you become public enemy #1 for speaking the truth. Okay, not your truth, my truth. Okay, when you speak the truth, that's when you become an enemy. Let me also get this. John chapter 15, verse 18, if the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. All right? So when the world is, saying, and the world is a very inclusive term, and not necessarily fully inclusive. The world is, people that love the world. Let me get that as a matter of fact. Oh, verse 19. John 15, verse 19. If ye were of the world would love its own, but because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. All right. So as a result, the people that thrive, that love the world, love how the world is. I don't mean to. Y'all remember everything, but basically, there's another thing I want to get into is, the love of the world. So one thing I've spoken on before is, technology, all right, quote unquote technology. So a lot of people, they love how the technological advancements of today and how society has quote unquote improved or evolved, quote unquote, whatever term you want to put on it. But basically, people love how things are, and people think that this is the best possible future that needed to happen for stuff to go down. Okay, so carnally minded, that is incorrect. Spiritually, that is correct, because for the prophets, not the prophets, but for the elect, okay, we're gonna benefit from this. Okay, we're gonna benefit from it. We have to go through the hardships in order to reap the benefits. All right, but carnally minded, if you think about it from a carnal perspective, it is undeniably wicked to say that the transatlantic slave trade, which led to the Western society that we know for North America today, needed to happen, and that's incorrect. That is not the case. Okay. The benefits that they get from this, the quote unquote, the end result that came from it is what we have today, with a lot of unhealthy people. Okay, I believe America has the most amount of gyms in its country compared to other nations, while it also has the most unhealthiest population in i.e. like obese people who are overweight, people who just are completely unhealthy. All right, so that is a big problem, and one of the issues that stem from it is technology. Okay, so with the advancement of technology, okay, you have like DoorDash, Instacart, whatever. Okay, all these different apps that all you have to do is just type in, oh, I want some pizza, I want some hamburgers or whatever fast food and some crap delivered to my door, all right? And people, they don't need to go out shopping anymore, all right? So as a result of that, people are becoming lazier and lazier, and the need for us to actively go do these physical necessities, such as going to the grocery store to get groceries, all right? It is being eliminated with technology, as well as, I mean, yeah, it does give some people jobs, sure, I guess. And of course, there is some utility to it. There is some goodness, but overall, there's no discipline, there's no self-control and understanding that, okay, you know what, I need to show a balance, I need to show some discipline and self-control that, you know what, I can't just keep on doing this because I'm lazy, all right? As a matter of fact, I'll give you guys an example for what happened with me, okay? So before, I used to be ambidextrous in the sense which I could, oftentimes, if I did something like with my right hand, all right, I could usually do it with my left hand. / I could also just like, I could mechanically do things with my dominant side, which is my right hand, and I would be able to, at the very least, do the same thing with my left side, my least dominant side. All right. So as time went on, because of the advancement of technology and because of the oversimplification of things, me personally, because I didn't take note of it, I didn't see, what I have been doing, what are the unfortunate circumstances that I have been put in. All right. As a result of that, I've lost that ambidexterity, and I can only do something with one side consistently. All right. I mess up too many times. I freeze when I try to do it on my left side or my left hand or whatever. Okay. So when I try to invert the controls, mentally, it doesn't work anymore. All right. And that's been a big problem for me. And once again, I blame technology, because when I was in the world, and not necessarily just when I was in the world, but also in my time in the truth, because as technology advances, you think, oh yeah, it's just technology. It makes things are becoming easier and easier. But unfortunately, there's a price to be paid for it. All right. So that also translates into people becoming dumber. All right. And that's Esau. That's been Esau's true goal. 2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. All right. This is the thing. All right. People say and believe, and genuinely, wholeheartedly believe, that as time goes on and we develop all these newer technology that makes things easier for us, all right, they believe that that this is a good thing. Oh, look, like I would have loved to, I'm glad I live in America or stuff like that. And this is the type of stuff that people say. I've literally heard Jakes say this, all right? But the reality of it is that if we were back, we would have our freedom. We wouldn't have to be worried about constantly paying for a freaking apartment or rent, and paying for all this other stuff. And even in Africa, okay, and I've heard this before, in Africa, a lot of the stuff of their regulations or whatever, in terms of a house, okay, they said that when you buy a house, you're actually buying the house. You're not lending money. If you get a house, that house is actually yours. You own that house, and no one can take that away from you. All right, unless you sell it, of course. That's one thing. But like, say for example, you lose your job, all right, and you can't make payments, you don't have a proper source of income anymore, you will still have that house. in Africa. But compared to America, you lose it. You lose it. All right. There's also it's the same thing for like cars and whatnot, and whatever you have to go to the bank in order to make said purchase for. All right. It's something that is a very unfortunate thing. But people ignore. People really don't understand or know just how life is in other countries. All right, they go off of once again Satan's devices. All right, of Esau telling you this is how things are in these other countries. This is a third world country. It's a tree swinging village and whatnot. Like when that's not the case. If you actually, number one, visited there, I heard lots of different, black consciousness people saying, oh yeah, I love going to Africa. There's this and the third. There's actual, there's actual civilization. Now I'm not saying that it's ideal or perfect or whatnot, but I am saying that it's not as bad as Esau makes it out to be. But also Esau's trying to make people reliant on the information that he wants you to know. He doesn't want people to know about, all the actual details and whatnot, or the truth. It's like he doesn't want people to know about the truth. He wants people to know what he wants them to know. He wants people to be ignorant. He wants people to be dumb, so that when they have to make a hard decision, like with the jab, then Esau will have already made the decision. All right. That was also another thing with the whole what's it called? I heard this one dude talk about with C-hips, all right, we will be able to read people's mind and vote them and take their vote and vote based on what their mind says or what they align with what they believe in. All right? And honestly, when you speak as a man, what that really sounds like is we're gonna put you in Democrat or Republican based on how you think. Okay, because honestly, well, I'm not gonna say absolutely, those are the only two parties that are gonna fall for that type of stuff. But I will say, that's basically what Esau plans to do anyway. Okay, these two set up powers that they want to choose, that they want to pick. Okay, these two evils. All right, and then people argue about, which one is lesser evil. Let's pick the two lesser evils. All right, that's what's going on during Hillary and Trump's election. All right, people they can't think for themselves. All right, they lack the critical thinking ability, which once again, that's another thing that has been lost over time. All right, I've lived long enough to be able to see the critical thinking aspect of people's brains deteriorate as well as just dissipate. All right, it literally, there's no critical thinking anymore. There's only a select few amount of people, Israelites as well as other heathens as well. I was about to say Edomites, but it's better to say heathens because it's not just Edomites, right? Now you have these skeptic communities, all right, which even then, those people they really don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about either, honestly, all right? They don't know the full gravity of, the full story. They do get some information right. I will say that they do supply a good amount of information, all right, kudos to them, but outside of that, they don't know the full truth, all right? Now, Yahawadah, I can remember what I was talking about before, but yeah, that's basically all I want to get into. Yahawadah, that is the lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto Yahawah, Ba'Hashem, Yahawashi, Ba'Hashem, Ruach that belongs to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, Abad, Babal, and Shalom.